The voicemail wasn't meant for him. Ethan Carter stood frozen in the middle of a crowded grocery store aisle, a carton of milk slipping from his fingers as the voice crackled through his earbuds. God, I'm so stupid. I think I've been in love with him for years. His heartbeat stopped. The message continued. And if Ethan ever found out, I'd probably lose my best friend forever. Static. Then silence. Ethan stared at his phone screen. The voicemail had come from Lily Monroe, his best friend since college. Except, she hadn't sent it to him. She'd accidentally sent it to the group chat voicemail thread they shared with 2 other friends. A toddler cried somewhere nearby. Shopping carts rolled past. But Ethan couldn't hear anything except those words repeating inside his skull. In love with him. With me, he whispered. For 3 years, Lily had been the constant in his life. Movie nights. Late-night phone calls. Coffee runs. The girl who knew exactly how he took his pancakes and exactly how to calm him down after panic attacks. The girl he'd watched date other men while pretending it never bothered him. His phone buzzed again. Lily. Ignore that. Please. Oh my God. Then another message. Lily. I'm literally deleting my existence. Ethan laughed under his breath despite the shock flooding his chest. Because suddenly, every moment made sense. The way her voice softened around him. The way she touched his arm when she laughed. The way she looked hurt every time he talked about another girl. And then the realization hit him like a truck. He loved her too. He always had. The milk carton burst on the floor beside him, but Ethan was already running. Straight out of the store. Straight into the rain. Straight toward Lily's apartment 4 blocks away. And for the first time in years, he was terrified he might already be too late. Rain hammered the sidewalks as Ethan sprinted through downtown Chicago, dodging taxis and soaked pedestrians. His lungs burned, but he didn't stop. Every step pulled another memory loose. The first day he met Lily in college orientation. She'd been arguing with a vending machine. It stole my chips, she'd announced dramatically. You're fighting machinery now? Ethan had laughed. I fight injustice wherever I see it. That stupid conversation had somehow become a friendship that survived graduation, heartbreaks, job changes, and life itself. But neither of them had ever crossed the line. Or maybe they'd both been standing on it for years. Ethan finally slowed outside a red light, chest heaving. His phone buzzed again. This time from their mutual friend Marcus. Marcus. Bro, did Lily seriously confess love through voicemail? Ethan ignored it. Another text appeared. Lily. Please don't come over. His stomach tightened. That wasn't embarrassment. That sounded like fear. He typed quickly while jogging again. Ethan. Too late. 3 dots appeared instantly. Then disappeared. Then appeared again. Nothing came. The rain soaked through his hoodie as he cut through side streets toward her apartment building. The city blurred around him in neon reflections and thunder. He kept thinking about last winter. The night Lily had fallen asleep on his shoulder during a movie marathon. He'd stayed awake for 2 hours afterward because moving felt illegal. Or the time she cried after her breakup with Jason. I just want someone who chooses me first, she'd whispered. Ethan remembered wanting to scream. I would. But fear had kept his mouth shut. Fear of ruining the one good thing in his life. Now he realized Lily had been scared too. And somehow that hurt worse. He reached her block just as lightning cracked overhead. Her apartment windows glowed warm against the storm. But one thing immediately felt wrong. Someone else was standing outside her building. A tall man in a black jacket. Holding flowers. Ethan slowed. His chest dropped. Because he recognized him instantly. Jason. Jason Turner looked annoyingly perfect even in the rain. Clean haircut. Expensive coat. That smug confidence Ethan had hated since day one. He spotted Ethan approaching and smirked. Well, Jason said, adjusting the bouquet in his hands. Guess I'm not the only idiot running through storms tonight. Ethan's jaw tightened. What are you doing here? Jason glanced toward Lily's apartment windows. She called me. Those 3 words hit Ethan harder than expected. What? Jason shrugged casually. Said she needed to talk. The knot in Ethan's stomach twisted violently. Maybe the voicemail changed nothing. Maybe Lily panicked and ran back to the safe option. Jason stepped closer. You know, she talks about you constantly. Ethan stayed silent. Jason laughed bitterly. Honestly? I think that's why we broke up. Rain dripped from Ethan's hair into his eyes. What's that supposed to mean? It means, Jason said, lowering his voice, she loved you while dating me. The words landed like punches. And you knew? Jason gave a humorless smile. I figured it out eventually. Hard not to notice when someone lights up every time another guy walks into a room. Ethan looked toward Lily's building again. Warm yellow light behind the curtains. So close. Yet suddenly impossibly far away. Jason studied him carefully. You love her too, don't you? Ethan didn't answer. Didn't need to. Jason exhaled slowly and held out the bouquet. Then take these. Ethan blinked. What? She deserves somebody who runs toward her, Jason said quietly. Not someone who waits until it's convenient. For the first time, Ethan saw no jealousy in his eyes. Just resignation. Jason shoved the flowers into Ethan's chest and stepped backward into the rain. She's on the 5th floor, he said. And for what it's worth, don't screw this up. Then he walked away, leaving Ethan standing there stunned, clutching roses he never expected to hold. Thunder rumbled overhead. And upstairs, Lily's apartment light suddenly turned off. Ethan's pulse spiked. He rushed into the building, taking the stairs 2 at a time because the elevator was too slow. 5th floor. Apartment 512. The hallway smelled like old carpet and rainwater. He stood outside her door trying to catch his breath. Then knocked. Nothing. Lily? Silence. He knocked harder. Lily, open the door. Still nothing. Panic crept into his chest. He pulled out his phone and called her. Inside the apartment, he heard muffled ringing. Then voicemail. Lily. A neighbor cracked open their door irritably. She left 10 minutes ago, the woman muttered. Ethan froze. What? Crying. Looked devastated. His stomach dropped completely. Did she say where she was going? The neighbor shrugged. No clue. The door slammed shut again. Ethan stood motionless in the hallway. He'd been too late. Again. His phone buzzed. A new text from Lily. Lily. I'm sorry you had to hear that. Then another. Lily. You don't owe me anything. Ethan immediately typed back. Ethan. Where are you? No response. He called again. Straight to voicemail. The silence became unbearable. Then suddenly, a memory surfaced. 2 weeks earlier. Lily sitting beside him on Navy Pier at midnight. Do you ever go somewhere when life gets too loud? She'd asked. Ethan had shrugged. Not really. I do, she'd said softly. Same place every time. At the time, he never asked where. But now he remembered something else. The small smile she'd worn while staring at the city skyline. The best view in Chicago. Ethan's eyes widened. The rooftop. He sprinted back downstairs and into the storm again. 3 blocks away stood the old parking garage Lily loved because the rooftop overlooked the entire city. Rain slammed against him as he ran harder than ever. Cars honked. Shoes splashed through puddles. His chest felt ready to explode. Because every second mattered now. Every second was another chance for Lily to believe he didn't love her back. And Ethan finally understood something terrifying. Some people don't need grand gestures. They just need one person to choose them before they give up waiting. The rooftop was nearly empty. Wind whipped violently across the concrete as Ethan emerged from the stairwell, drenched and gasping for air. And there she was. Lily stood near the edge beneath the storm clouds, arms wrapped around herself. Her blonde hair clung to her face from the rain. For a moment, Ethan just stared at her. Because even after years of friendship, she still stole the air from his lungs. Lily turned at the sound of footsteps. The second she saw him, her expression crumbled. Oh my God, she groaned, covering her face. You actually came. Yeah, Ethan breathed. Rain fell between them in silver sheets. I'm sorry, she whispered immediately. I never meant for you to hear that. Ethan stepped closer carefully. Were you ever going to tell me? Lily laughed weakly through tears. Absolutely not. Why? Because losing you would destroy me. That answer shattered something inside him. Lily wiped her eyes angrily. You're my person, Ethan. You've always been my person. And I knew if I said it out loud, everything would change. It already changed. I know. Her voice cracked. That's the problem. She turned away toward the skyline again. I kept trying to stop loving you, she admitted quietly. I dated other people. I created distance. I told myself friendship was enough. Ethan listened silently. But every good thing in my life somehow led back to you. The city lights blurred through the rain around them. You don't have to say anything, Lily continued. Seriously. I already know this is unfair. Ethan stepped forward again. Lily. She shook her head quickly. No, don't pity me. I'm not pitying you. Then what are you doing? Ethan looked at her for a long moment. Then laughed softly in disbelief. Running 4 blocks through a thunderstorm because I thought I lost you. Lily stared at him. Completely still. Rain dripped from Ethan's eyelashes as he finally said the words that had lived inside him for years. I think I've been in love with you too. The world went silent. Even the storm suddenly felt distant. Lily's lips parted slightly. What? You heard me. Her eyes filled instantly. No, she whispered, almost terrified. Don't joke about this. I would never joke about you. And for the first time since they met, neither of them knew what happened next. Lily stared at him like she didn't trust reality anymore. You love me, she repeated softly. Ethan nodded once. She laughed shakily, tears mixing with rain. That's actually insane. Probably. Then why didn't you ever say anything? Ethan looked down briefly. Because the truth was ugly. After my dad left, he admitted quietly, I stopped believing people stayed. Lily's expression softened immediately. Ethan rarely talked about his father. He promised my mom everything, Ethan continued. Then disappeared with another family 6 months later. Wind swept across the rooftop. So I learned something early, he said bitterly. Love makes people temporary. Lily stepped closer slowly. But you weren't temporary. I know that now. Her eyes searched his face carefully, like she was trying to find any sign this wasn't real. I waited for you, she whispered. The words nearly broke him. For years. Ethan swallowed hard. I know. No, I don't think you do. Tears rolled down her cheeks again. Every birthday. Every New Year's kiss at midnight where you hugged me like I was just another friend. Every girl you dated. Pain flickered across her face. You have no idea how much pretending hurt. Ethan moved closer instinctively. I'm sorry. Lily laughed through tears again. You know what the worst part is? What? I almost moved away yesterday. Ethan froze. What? My company offered me a job in Seattle. The rooftop suddenly felt unsteady beneath him. You're leaving? I haven't answered yet. When were you going to tell me? I wasn't, she admitted. Because staying here around you was becoming impossible. The words slammed into him harder than anything else that night. He almost lost her without even knowing it. Lily looked away toward the skyline. I figured if I disappeared, eventually I'd get over you. Ethan's chest tightened painfully. No, he said immediately. Lily blinked. No what? You don't get to run away now. Emotion flashed across her face. And if I stay? Ethan stepped directly in front of her. Then stay for me. The vulnerability in his voice destroyed whatever walls Lily still had left. But before she could answer, a phone rang. Her phone. She glanced at the screen. Then her face changed completely. Fear. Ethan noticed instantly. What is it? Lily hesitated. Then whispered. It's Seattle. The phone kept vibrating in Lily's trembling hand. Seattle. One call away from changing everything. Ethan watched her stare at the screen without moving. Answer it, he said quietly. Lily looked up sharply. What? You should answer. Her voice cracked. Ethan, if I take this job. I know. Rain poured harder around them. Lily finally accepted the call with shaking fingers. Hello? Ethan stepped back slightly, giving her space while his heart pounded violently. He watched every expression cross her face. Shock. Nervousness. Disbelief. Then silence. Finally she spoke softly. You're offering me the creative director position? Ethan's stomach dropped. That wasn't just a job. That was a dream career. Lily listened quietly for another moment before saying, Can I call you back? She hung up slowly. The city wind roared between them. They doubled the salary, she whispered. Ethan forced himself to breathe. This was the moment. The selfish part of him wanted to beg her to stay. But love wasn't supposed to trap people. Lily looked shattered. I don't know what to do. Ethan stepped closer carefully. Yes, you do. Tears immediately filled her eyes again. Don't make this easier. I'm not. Yes, you are. Her voice broke completely. You're standing here telling me you love me right when I finally decided to leave. Ethan swallowed hard. Because I should have said it years ago. Lily covered her mouth, trying not to cry harder. You're my home, she whispered. Those 4 words nearly destroyed him. Ethan cupped her face gently despite the rain. Then listened to me carefully. Lily looked at him through trembling lashes. If Seattle is your dream, I will never ask you to give it up for me. Pain crossed her face instantly. But, Ethan continued softly, if you go, you need to know something first. His forehead rested against hers. I'm done pretending I don't love you. Lily let out a shaky sob. And if you leave, Ethan whispered, I'll spend every day figuring out how to follow you. The storm raged around them. But neither moved. Because suddenly the impossible choice wasn't career versus love anymore. It was whether 2 terrified people were finally brave enough to believe they deserved both. Lily kissed him first. Suddenly. Desperately. Like years of restraint shattered all at once. Ethan grabbed her waist instinctively as the rain soaked them both completely. The kiss wasn't perfect. It was emotional and messy and full of everything they'd never said. And somehow that made it unforgettable. Lily pulled back breathlessly, laughing through tears. I can't believe you ran 4 blocks for me. Ethan smiled against her forehead. Actually 5. I got lost once. She laughed harder. Then immediately started crying again. That's concerningly on brand for you. Ethan wiped rainwater and tears from her cheeks. Hey! She looked up. You're allowed to be happy, Lily. Emotion flickered across her face. So are you. For a moment they simply held each other while the city glowed beneath the storm clouds. Then Lily whispered the question neither could avoid anymore. What happens now? Ethan looked at her carefully. Now? He smiled softly. Now we stop acting like we're afraid of each other. Lily stared at him for a long moment before nodding slowly. Then she took a deep breath. I'm calling Seattle back. Ethan's stomach tightened slightly, but he nodded. Okay. Lily looked directly into his eyes. I'm accepting the job. The words hurt more than he expected. But before he could react. On one condition. Ethan blinked. What? A tiny smile appeared on her lips. That you help me apartment hunt. His brain stalled completely. In Seattle? No, she laughed softly. Here. Ethan stared at her in shock. You're staying? Lily nodded through tears. I realized something tonight. What? I was never trying to escape Chicago. She touched his chest gently. I was trying to escape this. Ethan closed his eyes briefly, overwhelmed. And honestly? Lily whispered. I'm tired of running from the best thing that's ever happened to me. The storm finally began to ease. And somewhere above the clouds, morning was starting to arrive. 6 months later, Ethan stood in the middle of a crowded bookstore pretending not to panic. Marcus adjusted Ethan's collar with visible amusement. You look like you're about to throw up. I might. You literally fought traffic in a thunderstorm for this woman. That was different. How? I wasn't holding a ring. Marcus laughed loudly. Across the bookstore cafe, Lily sat at a table signing copies of her first published photography book. The line stretched halfway through the building. Because after turning down Seattle, she'd taken a risk on herself instead. And somehow, it worked. Ethan watched her smile at readers, and the feeling in his chest still felt unreal sometimes. Like loving her openly was too good to trust. Then Lily glanced up, and instantly smiled when she saw him. Same smile. Every time. Like he was still her favorite person in every room. Marcus nudged him forward. Go. Ethan walked toward her as nerves exploded in his stomach. Lily looked exhausted but radiant. You survived the crowd, she teased. Barely. She laughed softly. You okay? Nope. That got her attention immediately. Ethan. He dropped to one knee. The bookstore erupted instantly. Gasps. Phones appearing. Someone yelling, "Oh my God." Lily's eyes widened in complete shock. Ethan looked up at her, heart hammering wildly. You once told me you just wanted someone who chose you first. Tears instantly filled her eyes. "Well," Ethan said shakily, pulling out the ring, "I'm choosing you for the rest of my life." Lily broke into tears before he even finished. "Yes," she cried immediately. "Obviously yes." The bookstore exploded into applause. Ethan slipped the ring onto her trembling hand before Lily threw herself into his arms. And as cameras flashed around them, she whispered the words that started everything. "Still think running 4 blocks was worth it?" Ethan kissed her softly and smiled. "I'd run forever for you." And this time, neither of them let go.